Sam's Raps. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow Sam's Raps on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Sam's Raps on Twitter as well. They're approaching 1.2K on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and all that good jazz over there on the channel. And, of course, make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Let's fucking go, baby. That was a crazy submission, my friends. That was probably, like, one of my favorites on the project so far, if I had to really pick. Definitely. Okay. Let's see here. So, we left off with the homie Sam's Raps. Up next is the homie Fonzse, a very, very talented hip-hop artist. Came through with another collab with KRB, and it is titled Deeper Love. Now, Fonzse's been killing it, especially with like a lot of their recent collabs, and, you know, just their recent single run has been really, really solid. And like I said, Fonzse, very, very talented hip-hop artist, has been insane this summer. So I'm definitely excited to see what we have here. Let's see. Let's get into it. Fonzse with KRB UK Deeper Love. Let's go.
How many times do I have to start again? I've lasted longer than a permanent marker pen. So many people pass through that aren't my friend.
Yeah, shout out Sam's Raps, Ghost, for sure.
Wanted me to starve with them. I'ma keep digging till I palm a gem. Lost the momentum, which is hard to get. But now I'm back chipping at it hard again. Billing Ziggy's bunning off a stem. Who motivates the motivator? Who's cancelling the canceller? Who coordinates the coordinator? All I see is France, so I know who's France here. I thought I'd be happy with a load of paper, but it's important that I know my maker. He showed me which road's a danger. It was out of love, I don't owe a favour. I weren't sure if I was coming back, contemplating if I've still got a love for that. Before I dip, I got a double back. Right now I'm in my duffel bag. In my duffel bag, you know there's 100 mags and everything I need to get back to cooking crack. Moving forward, no looking back. Yeah, I fell off, but I'm touching back. I want a sweet one touching base. I'll take her to Planet Bounce. My Princess Leia while we're up in space. She knows her place while we're at the house. Assume the position that you wish to take. I'ma take my time, I won't be in and out. Water sports is what I wish to play. Complete freestyle, there's no time to think it out. Something so good I wanna sing and shout. Something so wet I could bring it out. Something so tight I gotta drill it out. For the perfect fit, yeah, I gotta fill it out. Like a petition or application form. It's good loving what I'm advocating for. It ain't written, but they need to make it law. Some man can't get enough, so they have to pay for more. I'm trying to aim for more. I love women, but paper talks. Sometimes you gotta make a choice. Priorities can change a boy. It separates the boys from men. I call that boy my friend. I want success for all of them. And sometimes I feel like I see their potential more than them. I couldn't count how many times I've fought for them. Now it's time for me. Who's gonna fight and live my life for me? No one. I don't expect you to, but I gotta make decisions that are right for me. Give it a bit of time, you'll see what I really mean. Trying to fill from an empty cup, yeah, that's a scary scene. It's an impossible task, as you clearly see. I've got so many facts, we could be here for weeks, months and years. Inside I cried 100 tears for people who wasn't there, but felt I needed still. Kinda selfish for me to feel, but I was still trying to find my feet. Trying to navigate in a life that weren't really designed for me. To unlock greatness, you gotta find the keys, and I don't have them all, I probably never will. I'm just trying to get us to the bag without getting killed.
What the fuck? Holy shit, Fonzse fucking stepped on this. Wow. Holy shit. That was 3 minutes of fucking that just had you locked in, bro. That just had you absolutely fucking locked in. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was really impressive. That was one of the ones where it's like, you're so focused on the flow and cadence that the lyrics just like flow inside of you, and you're just like, wow, you're just taking it all in. I enjoyed that one a lot. That was quite the journey there. That's for sure. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. Talk about vocals. Talk about the overall theme of Deeper Love. So, instrumental. Love, love, love the instrumental. I feel like the instrumental is fucking everything. It has this good like R&B trap vibe, kind of like softer trap, slow trap. You know what I mean? It really has one of those vibes. So, perfect for Fonzse and their storytelling style, right? So I love the choice. Instrumental mix is solid though. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing. I love the sound selection on the drums. Some of the samples are really well utilized. They're not like overdone. Nothing that I would like really, really gripe about on this one, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I really like how Fonzse sounds on it. So yeah, no real gripes, to be honest with you, when it comes down to the instrumental mix at all. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I kind of want to say drums. I won't lie to you, but I don't know, because you could like, there's the sample, right? The melodies are really solid, but the drums are so nice, and the structure is actually really underrated as well. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? I guess we probably should go drums though, huh? The pace is so nice, and they're nice and hard hitting, and it gives like a good like balance to like the more softer kind of melody and like the softer kind of energy that the melody brings. Um, you know what? Yeah. Let's go drums on this one for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, fantastic per usual. Fonzse has a very consistent vocal mix, especially for their style, right? Raw, straight to the point, but very like crisp and clean and clear. Levels were solid, and like I said, drums cut through nicely. So nothing that I would like ultimately gripe about when it comes down to vocals, right? So vocal mix up there, vocal shining star. I mean, it's got to be writing, right? I mean, it's 3+ minutes of insane writing. I mean, flow and cadence and delivery's up there. You could definitely argue flow, but the writing throughout the whole track is just like, whoa. You know what I mean? It really makes you lock in. So I'm gonna go writing and lyrics on this. Definitely writing and lyrics for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, definitely the writing and lyrics. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. A very interesting choice for a cover, right? It has this like microscope germ kind of like how you see like entities and things like that like under a microscope. It kind of looks like that, and it's a very interesting choice for a track titled "Deeper Love," right? So probably something subliminal going on there, and I find that very interesting for sure. But aesthetics definitely on point for sure. Overall theme: Deeper Love. This is a deep one, man. I feel like Fonzse really talks about quite a few things here. Not only just love, but, being successful in life, taking care of yourself, staying motivated. Like, there's a really deep meaning here. And I feel like Fonzse was just getting a whole lot off of their chest when it comes down to, certain topics that they wanted to speak about. And this one definitely felt like appropriate to do that on, just because the instrumental provided such like an emotional kind of starting point, and I feel like Fonzse just picked it up and fucking ran with it. So, well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Fonzse. Thank you so much for the submission. Much love. Make sure you go sub to Fonzse, by the way. They're only 7 followers away from 180 on YouTube. So make sure you go sub to their channel, man. And of course, make sure you go follow Fonzse on Twitter. They are 7 followers away from 980. Make sure you go show them some love over there on the Bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 330 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday, full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. Let's get it, baby. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. So, let's see. That was a crazy submission, man. That was a fucking crazy submission. You shout out to Fonzse. Let's see. So, we left off with Fonzse, actually, and up next is an artist that we haven't heard from in quite some time. Now, an artist by the name of Smoking Cola has submitted withdrawal symptoms. Now, Smoking Cola, a very, very talented alternative artist, has been a little bit MIA for quite some time, but they've been releasing music again slowly but surely. You know, it hasn't been that long, but been a little bit. So let's go see what Smoking Cola has been up to.